1993. Oh, water down there. Should clean up all right. This is the last Compac 16 they made, so it has that molded liner right there, which is really easy to clean. Has these stainless stern pulpits and bow pulpit. You have the original Compac switch panel down there. This is a little teak gas hatch. Needs to be refinished. Alright, welcome back to Barber Boat Works. It's been a good while since I filmed last, and last time I left y'all with the Compac 19, and that restoration was finished, and you saw some of those shorts of me sailing her. And that was a fun boat, and I sold it, and I just yesterday acquired this Compac 16. It was a pretty good deal, but obviously she needs some work. So this is a 1993. It's actually the last Compac 16 built. So it is the Mark III. So it has stern rails, a teak grate, all stainless stanchions. It has that two-tone non-skid and a really nice stainless bowsprit with the bow pulpit here. Also has this awesome little hatch that has a screen. So really the boat sat in a garage most of its life, and then the last 2 years it's just been sitting outside in a storage yard. So surprisingly, I sounded all this out and everything's solid, so there's no delamination here. Just really is super oxidized, but because, you know, Compac uses the best gel coat, so she'll come right back with some hard buffing. Trailer's really nice, actually. The axle, the previous owner actually was trailing her home, and the axle broke. Thankfully the boat wasn't damaged or anything, but so new tires, new axle, hubs, and leaf springs there. So everything's good. But you'll notice that there's water dripping out of a hole right there in the keel, and the reason for that is, let's go ahead and hop up here, is there's some water actually down there. So originally it had like the blue carpeting, and I had to cut some of the fiberglass skin off and just drain all that water out of there. So let's go. I'm gonna hop on. So really she's just really dirty, you know, so I'll just clean all this up and she'll be good. Have that really nice, here, will it? Yeah, there you go. So you can see that really nice gray bilge paint that Compac used. So this model has two little ports and this teak grate. Of course, self-bailing cockpit back there. All the blocks are Harken, which is really nice. We have all the running lights. Down in the interior, everything's just really dirty. Again, this is the Mark III, so we get a really nice pan liner. Before, it was wood right here, which looked better, but it was really hard to maintain and it'd rot easily. And you have this top part, and then there's that nice piece that comes down and covers the whole deck joint. I'm gonna go and hop down below. So down here we have the original light, which is nice. Up here there's a bunch of water damage. The boat was actually full of water when I got her, so right like above this, just kind of right here, and that was alarming, but I sounded everything out and it was good. And again, it was just a fantastic deal for someone who was willing to work on her. So all this veneer is coming up, so I'm going to probably take this off. Of course the marine ply is fine, it's not rotted, it's just the mahogany veneer that's peeling off, so I'll take that off and maybe do like a fake teak, and also do that down here on the floor. Up here you can see we have a little battery in a battery box, that nice gray paint, and the end of the carpeting, which I don't love the carpeting, but it is a 93, so it's not super old. So I'm going to try to bring it back with this steam cleaner. We have the original switch panel, which is really cool, and I had the 8319, and all the wiring on that worked, so I assume that this is going to be fine. Alright, so here's a quick update on things. I haven't been able to capture a ton of this just because it's really cramped down below, but I'm going to go ahead and take you guys around. So, down below, we'll start off with, this was all cleaned with a heat steamer. So that's super nice and white and clean. This right here, the settees and that forward area, they've all been wiped down, clean. If you remember, they were all black and like moldy, so that was all cleaned. Up there, if you remember, there was actually wood, so there's a veneer on that shelf, and that was completely maybe not rotted, but all wavy and water damaged. So there's still those two pieces down there, which are still good, and they cover up that hole. I may leave that, repaint it, obviously, because, you know, there's areas of paint that are coming off, or I may buy an 1/8 inch piece of marine ply. Let's get down here. Right here, let's see, down here there's actually some water. I guess it leaked. You know, the boat was kind of sitting like that, so all the water was right here. So down there it leaked forward. But I inspected this bulkhead and it's all solid. It has 2 stainless bolts that run through the compression post. Again, this is all solid. All this wood just needs to be varnished or oiled. I'll probably just oil. So I have the sliders and the hatchboard sliders sanded and cleaned. So they're going to be done with tung oil. Originally I was going to varnish them, but I decided to use tung oil. 1, because I had it, but 2, because it's easy to reapply, and it, you know, once it ages. It's not as good in the UV. You just add some more. You don't have to sand it all the way down and do it. It's also, you know, it's raining. It's springtime here. So it, you know, for varnish, you kind of have to have it in a protected space. And there's also a bunch of pollen things falling on it. So I don't want to mess up the varnish job. And it's 8 coats of varnish. So it's, you know, like a week of full varnishing to get a good finish. So I decided to try this out. I mean, there's really not a ton of wood on it. There's just these guys and then the bowsprit and the companionway hatch sliders. So, yeah.